potential against the Moskov as well as the Ling, depending on the spells, but that Tigreal is actually not going to be for TLID, but it's going to be for Alter Ego instead. Nino on this Edith. Let's get into the Land of Dawn and let's answer those questions right here, right now.
Looking to equalize, of course, Alter Ego. And will you guys, TLID fans, bring out your brooms because they are looking for the clean sweep.
Whoa, man, instantly as we get into the game, I'm noticing a cool build, a cool path that he has taken. So, Yehezkiel, Mr. Man on the Aurora has actually opted to go for Lethal Ignition, opting to go for more burst. Usually on the Aurora, we see Impure Rage more often than the Lethal Ignition. So yeah, they're really relying on that pickup potential from the Cho to try to go for some damage, and they're relying heavily on Aran to be the sole initiator for the team. Rupture is this option though for Aran. They're really just going for aggression, it seems. They don't really care about tankiness.
Yeah, they're going all in for the damage output, right? So it does make sense. We'll see if it does pay off or whether or not it's be a little bit too risky against Alter Ego, a team that does like to brawl as well and can brawl as well. But for the most part, Aaron Shiki still having a good time in the lane against the Moskov. It looks like the Tigreal hasn't really roamed to that area as well. And the focus still seems to be here in the mid lane. Both teams are looking to clear as fast as they can.
Yeah, both teams are really just trying to utilize this. There should be an advantage for TLID to clear the wave because they have the Cho. And the way that they've been taking the lane has actually been quite interesting as well. They've actually just been zoning Rondo from these waves, and now they decide to push to get more pressure around the map. Little wins like this for TLID, and will be able to get them an advantage as the turtle spawns.
Few more seconds though for the turtle to spawn. Let's see, Evian level 4. It looks like Nile is also at level 4, so it's 50-50. We're gonna see who wins it.
Nino's not level 4! Fabian finds the cutthroat and the turtle now. Looking for an escape route, but Nino will not be able to survive alongside Owen. That's 2 members taken out as Aran finds the double. And that is the snowball that TLID did in that first game.
He even came out of nowhere. You were talking about the cables and we get to see it firsthand.
Without purple buff, by the way. Both jungles didn't have purple buff. Alter Ego trying to replicate what RQ did to them, but RQ did it. They rushed the turtle there without hitting level 3 and ignoring the waves with an alpha, not a Ling. Alter Ego trying to replicate the same thing with different tools. Did not work out, and now TLID. This is a scary comp to give a lead like this to. This is a snowballing comp.
1,600 gold lead for the most part in the first 3 minutes of the game. And with Fabian being able to maneuver around like that, that's going to be a little bit more pressure onto Alter Ego to try and stop him in his tracks, right? Owen is on the Tigreal. If he finds that proper moment, he should still be able to look for an opening. But now Aaron Shiki in a 1v2 situation. We still have Weedy though in the midst of it all. Still unable to look for a pick, however, onto Heis.
It's all chill right now, but you guys can chill on the Discord of Kadia. Drop into it right now, fandx.io/Kadia at Kadia Gaming. Fabian a level ahead of Nile because of that turtle and a better path so far. Nino is really struggling up against the Terizla, getting pinned down there. Not really much he can do, and Aran it clears faster so he can be active around the map, much more active on the map compared to Nino as well. Oh, they might actually be going and aiming for the purple buff. Look at how they're positioning here.
I believe Fabian's picked up the Heptases. Will that change the course of the game?
Yeah, it's a power spike for sure. He can go for the assassinations. If Aaron Shiki gets highs low, he's got to be careful. But as I said earlier, they're already trying to eye out Nile around the purple buff. Witty might actually be looking to steal it.
He wants to force that retribution, and he will. And that is going to be info for this next turtle take, though. TLID, they will take it slow. The map is quite bright, actually, for TLID. Alter Ego giving out a lot of information. They will start and initiate the turtle. Alter Ego, though, they will try to delay it and wait for the retribution from Nile to activate again.
Where's Fabian going? They're playing around with Alter Ego right now.
Yeah, TLID, they know but they don't need to go for it. Owen gets kicked.
That's an investment. Oh my goodness, the burst damage is there. Nino, though, will find Fabian. Fabian will be able to get away with the stable. Now it's going to be Niall. Looking for the kill, doesn't find it. Aaron Shaky in the backside doing work as well, but he will fall, and that will be Aaron Shaky taken out.
That's a 2-for-1 trade. Aaron Shiki does go down, so it doesn't look like TLD want to go for the contest at the moment.
Man.
A complete reset for both of these teams, as Fabian was caught a little bit there. Still going to be able to get another trade on the board, however, being able to pick up this turret in the bottom lane.
So intelligent. Again, really understanding how to punish their opponent. S-kill was first Bloodwing, by the way. Was right. He didn't finish his boots. He actually went for the Bloodwing before he completed his boots. He's trying to survive in these skirmishes, knowing that he's there to burst, to follow up. And you saw exactly why they went for the Aurora Cho instead of the Valentina Cho. It's because Aurora capitalizes on these pickoffs so much better. Once you get kicked, you get frozen, bursted down, and that's why he also went for Lethal Ignition instead of Impure Rage.
Oh, Niall delays the purple buff because of Witty, who is just screaming. And yeah, I mean, Niall no space whatsoever now. Fabian looking for the poke on towards the turret, as well as that purple buff is still untouched from the side of Alter Ego, though. Take a look at the turtle.
Wow.
They actually initiated, and that will be a very neutral objective. Very intelligent from TLID.
What is that? What is that? It's like they hung like a carrot, a piece of meat in front of the members of Alter Ego, and Alter Ego took the bait. They chased after the piece of meat.
You can see a team, you can really judge a team, how good a team is by the amount of forced errors that they are able to produce, and you can see that from TLID. Owen?
He will face check the bush, trying to secure that orange buff. Now at the end of the day finds the purple, but that will be 3,000 gold already established for TLID.
Yeah, back to the point, when you have an advantage like this, and the mobility advantage as well, you can just constantly threaten a lot of different things. In the bottom lane, you can see the second turtle when it was started by Alter Ego. TLID responded by rotating the Hereth over. Moskov went there. Fabian recalled to go into the bottom lane to pick up a turret. TLID got the 2 kills to deny that turtle take. And now Nino onward.
On towards Iran. See here, Tempest Blade popped as well, as now will jump back away. Almost there. Well, yeah, there will be no casualties, but it's still TLID just holding the map.
Yeah, but the tower in the top lane for TLID was the casualty, right? Alter Ego utilized that as an opportunity for them to figure out a little bit of a trade, and they were able to get it. This time TLID was also unable to open up an opportunity to go for a pickoff either. But Fabian is going to be doubling down on his damage right now. It looks like that Malefic Roar has been picked up too.
Yeah, Heptasees into the Malefic Roar, really trying to go for penetration here because there's a Dreadnought armor ready, a steel leg plates, and most of them, actually no, not most of them, no warrior boots from the Moskov.
Flicker Implosion on towards Weedy, and they will collapse on towards Weedy. Flicker out, particularly at the backside. It's actually Iran delaying. Iron Cheeky finds one. Iron Cheeky will be traded, but Nino will not survive that fight. It's going to be a 2-for-1 as TLID, they were able to reset and find their win.
Weedy was able to get out of that? That's quick feet, man. Like, what? This is the second time that they went in for trades like this, and if this continues, who would it favor?
I would say in that fight, even though it was 2-for-1, it actually favors Alter Ego because Heist was able to survive. That was Aaron Shiki traded, and Heist got the kill. The two members that got picked off was Nino and Owen, and so far those are the only 2 members who have deaths. Trade-wise, Alter Ego are doing a good job.
See here, will they go for the contact, or will they take their time? I think they will take their time here, considering that the far lane is still somehow even, so I bet TLID will try to go and adjust that lane first, and then perhaps pull the trigger.
Fabian is also a level ahead right now, so if Alter Ego want to go for that full engage, that full 50-50, I'm actually curious to see how that turns out, right? Will Owen find that big implosion onto Fabian to cause him to get picked off, or will Nino find that opportunity with the Earth Shatter? Let's see. Oh, there you go.
Yep, implosion on towards you, and the Eternal Guard actually combined with very, very good Aranshiki though, preheating, and we'll find Owen. Weedy will be the trade. Both rovers going down, but Fabian finds the shutdown. There's a big Tempest of Blade, finding Aranshiki and Ron. That's Niall saying, hey, you got to, I got to as well.
That was a 3-for-3 miracle.
So just like that, we're down to a jungle and a mid lane for both these teams. It is equal now in the 10-minute mark. Yes, 1,000 goal lead still for TLID. Yes, they still have the structure advantage, but both teams are able to actually just skirmish it out, fight it out, and it's really just 50-50. It's a battle of skill at this point. This is what we expected in game one. The mechanical duel, both teams relying on their mechanics so far. Fabian has gotten the better of Alter Ego, but Niall and Heiz are creeping around the corner.
They are. How far is Heiz in items, right? 3-1-2 already. Wasn't shut down. The only shutdown was in the early portion of the game. What?
Oh my goodness, he just cut the throats of Niall in the jungles of Alter Ego, and that will set the tone for TLID.
That was a huge statement by Fabian. The match, the 1v1, the assassin matchup that everyone was anticipating. A solo kill onto Niall. And that's going to be a Lord given over to Team Liquid Indonesia.
No chance for Niall there. He couldn't even react. And it's due to that burst of Fabian already having the Hunter Strike. He's already building to a BOD.
Aran?
Team crowd control will not be able to find the sustainer Ron. A slight mistake there. A good setup by Owen. Fabian jumps in though, looking for the cutthroat. And that will be Owen. Half HP. Lord is still marching bottom side, but there are a man down.
Okay, so now Heiz has the win of nature. That's the bot I was talking about. That is insane. 4 items in 11 minutes for Fabian. That's the usurper right there. Niall gets a bot as well. Wants to go for Harith, wants to go for Aaron Shiki, but when it comes to the item power spike, Aaron has hit his item power spike as well. He's already gotten the Holy Crystal. Looking at the... Oh, look at that. Aran actually with the blade armor to get away from a little bit of that crit damage from Niall, obviously, Berserker's Fury and the Haas Claws, but also up against Heiz, so I can bounce some of the damage back towards Heiz. Good item for TLID. He actually didn't go for Queen's Wings though, which is the standard item that we usually expect. He went for the robe. He's on the way to an Athena shield, it seems.
How will that affect? How will that change the course of these team fights? Is there something that we should be noting or expecting later on?
Yeah, if Aran can survive longer in these skirmishes, it'll be great for the team because it will force Alter Ego to deal with the front line first. Heiz and Arundel, for the most part, will most likely be targeting the front line. It'll be Niall's job to really dive into the back. I mean, looking at these team fights, it could go so many different ways. Both of them technically want to dive. There's so many ways they could tackle it. They could go front to back for Alter Ego. They could also leave Roundel in the back alone just to go for the Terrify's utility, and then Niall together with Nino, Owen, and Heiz can dive. This is a very, very dynamic game, in my opinion, but TLID definitely still have this advantage. The advantage is cut down a bit because Heiz has already gotten the win of nature, and he should be able to start going into the side lanes to be a problem for TLID.
And we're seeing that coming through as well. I mean, even in the team fights, right? It feels like TLID are mostly walking into the traps or buying into the tempo that Alter Ego have set. Owen usually goes in Flicker Implosion, and unfortunately, Haskill opted to go for Flicker instead of Purify. So he is very susceptible to that crowd control coming through, and then Haskill finds it a little bit more difficult to pull out the spells that he really requires in these team fights. But let's see whether or not they're going to be able to outsmart it. Alter Ego this time around. It looks like Haskill is in position, and so is Fabian.
Oh, that's a setup there. Frigid Glacier spanked, and now jumps in to perhaps look for an angle. Lord is top lane. Let's see here, how will Alter Ego approach this Lord?
That's the question. I think 5v5, Alter Ego, they have so many more tools.
Oh, that's a crowd control, and that will be Aran triggering his own Flicker.
Defensive Flicker backwards, that means there's no penalty zone initiation. There's still going to be a penalty zone initiation, but not the crazy long-range one with the Flicker. Bottom lane, that was a crazy reaction from Niall, though. Able to react to the freeze. Rose Gold Meteor for Fabian. getting a bit of sustain in his kit. Going up against Nino. Even Heinz just getting that shielding down. In the bottom lane, it is an assassin duel. Who's
gonna
going
go
to
for
be
it?
able to force these issues?
They will find the kick though on towards Nino. Now jumps in. Brazen Blazer finds two, and it will be Fabian finding one to backside as well as Niall, who finds the Moscow, but Niall stuck isolated, punished as well. TLID, they managed to take down 4. They're looking for more. Structures now should be in sight. But no, they will not commit on towards the mid base turret just yet, because the Lord is still up for TLID.
They want to stay disciplined here. They don't want to overcommit. They don't want to waste this opportunity. The glorious, the golden opportunity that TLID were able to achieve in that gun-heavy fight earlier on. I mean, Yeskiel, he was so good at baiting out Niall. Still able to survive as well. As we take a look at this game fact by Gope, Harith has become Aaron Shiki's most picked hero this season with 5 picks and a 60% win rate so far.
It's a very solid win rate, and mainly why we're seeing so much Harith from TLID is because it's always usually a physical damage assassin in the jungle, right? For Fabian, it's Fanny, Nolan, you always see these types of heroes, and 90% of the time it is the Nolan. Alter Ego, their main advantage in the mid-game was that they can actually look for those pickoffs. And you asked me, Eterna, what the Athena Shield is going to do. Niall gets a steal.
Oh, Tempest of Blade, good calculation there. Taking a risk, but in the top side, Flicker, penalty zone on towards Nino, forced to use the Flicker, as well as the Eternal Guard. That was huge, and 2 members of the TLID will be punished out of that play. Good Terrify, and the Eternal's Guard was so clutch from Roundel.
Good reaction there from Alter Ego, able to stop the Lord push from becoming too taxing.
16 minutes and 51 seconds has elapsed, and it looks like Nino and Aaron Shiki already looking for the opportunity. Let's jump right back in.
Alter Ego on the move here, looking for the mid-base turret, finds it, but they will not do business for the fight.
Aran and Witty were dead earlier. So Alter Ego got some of these skills off cam, actually. So, all right, back on the grind to come back.
They're on the way, for sure, right? The setup is already there. Luckily enough, they do still have Highs, right? Highs, with his mobility, they have the Ling as well to, you know, do the Lord dances once again and look for opportunities in the far lanes. There's definitely tools that Alter Ego can utilize, and so far, Team Liquid, they have been falling into those traps. I think the last exchange was the one that they were able to get an advantage, but other than that, Alter Ego has also been doing great at punishing a TLID.
They really have, man. And for TLID, it's really just that slow build. To go for the skirmishes again to find an angle. Witty?
Conceal. It will force that way of Dragon. He has immortality though. He will lose it. Now Owen will be the main target. He will fall in the hands of Iron Cheeky. Challenge for spots, and that will be Alter Ego. Not responding. Still 1-0 before the Lord.
That should be all they need, right? I mean, 10 seconds left for the Lord to spawn. Owen will come back into the game, revive in 20, 30 seconds. So they should be able to go for this. Alter Ego, all they can do right now is look for a sneaky opportunity. But it looks like he has Kill and a run already there. There we go, here we go.
Oh, this is not good. This is not good. They were down 1 man. They were down 2 now. So that will be Alter Ego conceding another neutral objective, unless now says otherwise. Now Tempest of Blade looking for 1. Aaron Cheeky claims the Lord. It's going to be now punished as well. And that will be TLID punishing that desperate play.
2 red trees, and it's Aaron Shaky who steals it. Man, Alter Ego just, again, piled up those forced errors. TLID are always able to do that. Now it's a wishing lantern for both Mr. Aaron and Mr. Yeskiel.
They're doubling down on that damage. They're doubling down on the burst, and they're doubling down on that opportunity to end this game here and now. They don't want to leave this any longer. They understand that Alter Ego do still have the tools to turn this around. Let's see if Owen can make a groundbreaking play.
That's a good stun. But now with the Flicker penalty zone by Ran, that will be the death Yeah, the Owen will be deleted. Now it's going to be Dragon on towards one. Nino falls. TLID, they look to end this series right here, right now. Niall claims the immortality highs, receiving a lot of damage, looking for the clear on towards the Lord. But TLID, they're waiting on towards the next minions. Fabian still gets out and the base will be demolished. TLID finds a clean sweep.
2-0 against Alter Ego. The game to close out leg number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, our next match is our half-season point. And they have ended it out with a bang. The Cavalry